So the trust recession that is happening in 2024. If you want to build a successful online health coaching business, fitness business in 2024, then this video is exactly for you. Have you got many different times this exact face that the customer is actually doing when you're trying to place an ad in front of them, you're trying to run a VSL type of funnel, or you're trying to set them on Instagram? This is essentially the same exact face that your customers are making when they're seeing your outbound messages or your ads on Facebook or Meta, because they don't trust you. And the reason majority of your customers in B2C don't trust you is because now in 2024, it's very difficult to build any type of business without a personal brand. Everybody's online, from dentists, insurance people, realtors, marketers, everybody's online. However, this has created a very sophisticated market that is very difficult to navigate. And if you are in the beginning stages, or even if you're in intermediate stages, and you relied heavily simply in the type of funnel that is something similar to an ad, to an opt-in page, a training page, schedule page, and then your thank you page, then you are in deep trouble, because now in 2024 it no longer works. If you're based in those type of countries such as United States, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, first world English speaking countries, then it's very difficult to start building a online health coaching business simply relying on this outdated funnel. Now, obviously, in order to have a successful business, you do not need just a simple funnel. You need a reliable client acquisition system. You need a good offer. You need to create transformational experiences for your customers, and you need to understand a little bit of how you provide customers the best type of results, leveraging different type of fulfillment mechanisms. However, this video is not for that. So why it's very difficult now in 2024 to get customers interested and potentially come and book an appointment with you? Because simply prior to this moment, you simply ran an ad. People will come to your VSL, they watch your webinar, your VSL, they come, they book they scheduled an appointment with you, and then the next thing, either gonna get contacted by someone from your team, and they will confirm their appointment and actually show their appointment. Now it's no longer the case. People may see their VSL, they even skip the VSL, they may just go, okay, book an appointment, and then they do not show up. It's no wonder everybody in marketing, not just in health coaching, online health coaching, but everybody experiences low show-up rate. It's because this exact simple rule that Google uncovered by doing one of their recent study. And Google found out that, they found out that on average, people actually they consume roughly 7 hours of content at 4 different locations and having 11 different touch points with a certain brand until they made a buying decision. So now customers usually need to watch at least 7 hours of content of you at 4 different locations. So whether that is YouTube, email, whether that is SMS or some sort of community, and then also get in contact with you 11 times until they make a buy decision. So if your client acquisition funnel relies on a very outdated aspect where you just have one type of location where you serve content to your customers, mainly your VSL page, and then you have one touch point to your customer, mainly that you have the schedule page, then obviously you are doing just roughly 10% of the work that is required to actually get a customer interested and potentially wanting to actually buy a service from you. If you do not integrate this very simple rule of 7-11-4 inside your health coaching business, then it's going to be very, very difficult to get anybody interested in your offer. So now, knowing this, how can we go about and architect a mechanism that generates trust with our customers? And truthfully, I'm going to tell you right now, it's very difficult. It's very difficult because it's not something that can be done, something that can be engineered similar to a VSL funnel where you have elements of direct response and you trigger a direct response in your customers' mind where they're enticed to make a decision with you, and boom, they come in a call and discuss with you. It's very difficult nowadays. You need a personal brand, you need to start creating content on YouTube, you need to be multifaceted. It's no longer the decade like back in 2013 and upwards to 2020, where you could be just linearly. You can just use one type of funnel, one type of platform that you advertise, and boom, you're gonna get customers. It's no longer the case. You need a multi-platform and a linear way to get in touch with our customers, right? So I'm gonna show you exactly why customers nowadays do not want to come and book an appointment with you. Because truthfully, customers have two options. Either they have option number one, let's just say they see an ad on Meta. Let's just say you are a functional medical practitioner, right? And you treat, multiple sclerosis. So they see an ad on Facebook, then they opt in on a page, they see the VSL, then you ask them to schedule and book an appointment, and then you send them a thank you page where you obviously pre-sell them to actually come to an appointment, and then you hopefully wish that they actually come and show up to the appointment. And then you have option number two, where your actual customer finds you on YouTube, finds you on different social media platforms, consumes your content, very similar to how I do here right now. This is a video on YouTube that I created, and then customers willingly join some sort of a free community that you hosted, whether that is on Facebook or on school, it does not matter. But in this instance, by the customer finding you on social media platforms and them consuming content with you, what essentially you're building trust, and you're building a relationship with that type of consumer. You're not asking for something, and you're saying, here, this is the type of value that I provide, here, consume as much content as it needs. You actually help them solve a problem. Like inside our YouTube channel, we have lots of educational assets, and we're constantly providing as many educational assets to help people actually get to their first 5K, 10K in their health coaching business. And the same exact thing, philosophy we applied in our free community if you actually want to check that out. However, now, because customers seen you on YouTube, have seen the content that you are providing to them, and then now join the community, now they're more susceptible to the idea of working with you, because now you created the idea of familiarity, you created the idea of trust with them, and now you have a higher chance for you to actually get the customer on a conversation or a call, because the customer now came to you. You didn't force them. Remember, you leverage the idea of providing as much educational content as Google actually found out that people want to watch roughly 7 hours of content. Now, obviously, it's not enough to just post one type of video on YouTube. This needs to be consistent. It needs to be done, on a weekly basis. However, truthfully, this is, in my opinion, the best type of funnel, but it takes a lot of work. You need to have maybe an editing team, or you need to have time to film content. I try to film content once a week or twice a week to constantly post on YouTube. Then you need to funnel them to maybe a community, and then you need a setting team inside your community to actually set their appointments with your customers. Now, okay, Amir, I understand the idea. I need to build a YouTube channel. I need to film as many videos as possible. However, this is a long-term strategy. It takes a lot of time. You need to have, time to actually film content, to do research, to come with educational insight, and to educate your customers. It takes time until you build a social following. It's not like you're posting maybe a couple of videos here and there and then boom, you have a following. It's not like that. However, it's a good place to start. Now, in my opinion, this is the best type of funnel, and if you're a partner, we're strongly pushing you to actually start a YouTube channel and start educating your customers, educating your fan base, and try to build a brand for yourself. Because in 2024 and onwards, the only way that you're gonna potentially start competing in this very complicated marketplace is by creating a personal brand and getting your message out there. That is the only way. If you want to have a competitive moat, is branding. There's a reason where very prestigious brands associate them with athletes, with media personalities, like people like Nike associates them with Cristiano Ronaldo, because Cristiano Ronaldo has so much brand power that by simply associating with them, boom, they have a winning formula. Same exact thing with doing The Rock Johnson. However, obviously these are extreme examples, and nobody says that you need to be you need to have millions and millions of followers on Instagram or YouTube to actually make a business. However, you need to have some sort of a online presence in order for people to validate and see that you're a credible source, that you're exposing yourself out there, that they can find you if they actually choose to, because a lot of people leveraging this type of funnel, they're nowhere to be found. They have no media personality, they have no Instagram, they're essentially a ghost. So nobody can very easily track them and find them. And this brings a lot of skepticism. And when they have options and they have, their favorite creator or their favorite doctor or their favorite marketer easily available on YouTube, guess which person they're gonna listen to and try to buy something from that person is the person that they're more familiar with. It's just very normal social behavior or human behavior. Now, clarifying all of that part, we understand the part that we need to start leveraging content, and it's important to start leveraging YouTube videos. And I'm gonna create a separate video why I believe you ought to consider posting content on YouTube as opposed to Instagram. However, look, we all have businesses. We need to start making money now. We need to start building our businesses. And also, it's no point if you just have post content and we have very small amount of views. So how can we essentially artificially generate and manufacture trust with our audience in order for us to leverage paid ads, in order for us to get the trust of our customers, and also get results and appointments for our business with high show-up rates? And this is what we created, the Trust Builder Pipeline Funnel. What essentially we're doing here, we are building a community, whether that is on Facebook or on school, it does not matter. But by leveraging the idea of a community, inside your community, just think about associating your community with a physical store. By having this community easily accessible for people, where you provide educational assets such as resources, SOPs, challenges. There's a lot of, if for example you're in health coaching space, you can provide challenges for people. This can be detox challenge. This can be lose 5 kilograms challenge. It can be educational assets on how you go about and you treat maybe diabetes, on what are the 10 steps to actually treat acne, or whatever it is regarding to your niche or your specialty. You can start creating a community, post that educational material in a fashion that gets results for people. It doesn't mean that you need to cure them, but shows your expertise, shows that you're capable, shows that you have experience in treating such and such condition. And on top of that, the beauty by leveraging a community is that inside our community, you will have the ability to post testimonials, you have the ability to post results of people, you have the ability to interact with people, you have the ability to create that goodwill with your audience and create a small fan base that very easily you can start ascending them to your higher ticket type of offering. Essentially, this is how the Trust Builder Pipeline actually functions. We will leverage ads, and you can use Meta ads, Google ads, does not matter. Obviously, Facebook, it's famously known by having the best type of algorithms, so we're going to stick with Facebook or Meta. You can funnel them to a school community or Facebook. Very, very key distinction here and importance, it's that you got to understand where your market congregates. Like, I understand for people who are in the marketing space, and if you are in fitness or health coaching space and you are online, you understand this big hype around the school community. For people who don't know, this is the school community. This is my community here. I just recently launched here. It's a good platform, right? You have the ability to provide courses and educational material, and also have the community aspect integrated into one single platform. However, you need to be very aware of the consumption rate and how frequent does people actually use a platform. In order for people to actually consume your content or engage with your content or engage with the community, they need to be on that platform. If you're trying to funnel them out on Facebook and they're not part of multiple different communities in school, they don't have a reason to actually come to that community, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually force them and try to create a habit for them to actually come and check out that app. And on top of that, school as an app, they have a different type of, they need to download a different type of app. They need to log in every single time. And if the only reason they are on that app is because of you, then 90% of cases they're just gonna maybe check it out 1 day or 2 days, and then boom, they're gonna bounce. So that was you got to be very careful, and you got to be knowledgeable of where your market congregates. Where that is on Facebook, build the community on Facebook, leverage like the school community where you host video content or whatever, or you leverage other websites such as Kajabi or whatever, and try to get people on a platform that people actually consume. Majority of times, Facebook is one of the biggest social media platforms, so that is a good idea to actually start and have your community hosted on that. Even though a lot of people just advocate school, build your community on school, you just need to be aware from a business standpoint where your market congregates and make it as easy as possible for them to join in and consume the content that you created. So this was a tangent that I just wanted to mention right now because it's very important. And then very simply, once you have people inside your community, then the next step is actually provide content, provide educational material, provide valuable insights, try to educate them, create a following there, and then very easily then you can set appointments. And this is very simple mechanism, because once people have trust in you, once people have gotten a taste of who you are, then it's going to be 10 times much easier to get them to respond to your messages, to get them to respond to your offers, because now they know, like, and trust you. And that's why it's the best way. If you cannot start in the beginning with creating a YouTube channel and building content and providing educational content on YouTube, you can start doing this as a not side hustle, but on the side, to start slowly but surely creating a fan base on YouTube. But in the beginning, if you want to get results fast and everything, boom, start with this: ads, school community, or Facebook community. Create your content there, and then start to try to set appointments inside your group community. So essentially, this is how the process is. You need to have a lead generation protocol. Now, obviously, I'm trying to make this philosophy as simple as possible, because if we go about how we implement this entire infrastructure for our clients, obviously we have an entire lead gen protocol that makes sure that we have cheap leads and get high qualified people to actually join and sign our community. At the same time, we have a appointment setting protocol specifically designed for a group, and having a decentralized setting protocol, meaning that we do not only set appointments on Facebook, but we also leverage other channels, and I'm going to go deeper later in this video. But here, this is a 30,000 view of the protocol. How essentially is, you have the lead generation mechanism that you leverage, whether that is through ads and on whether that is in Meta or Google or YouTube, whatever. Then you have an educational mechanism that is going to be leveraged as your school community or group community. And then you're going to have a conversion mechanism, which is obviously having your CRM system where you integrate a decentralized appointment setting infrastructure. Now, here's how it works. Very simple. I'm going to show you exactly. Why do I say a decentralized appointment setting process? Because we need to understand customers have different habits. Some customers are more on Facebook, some customers are more on WhatsApp, some customers are more on SMS, some customers use email. You need to make it as easy as possible for customers to come and interact with you. If you remember, Google said very simply, you need roughly 11 different touch points at 4 different locations and 7 hours of content. So understanding this key principle, the hours of content is going to be either in your community, in your course. The 4 different touch points, the 4 different locations where you interact with your customers is going to be your community, is going to be on SMS, is going to be outbound dialing, is going to be setting them on email, is going to be setting them maybe from WhatsApp if that is possible, if your customers actually have WhatsApp. But it's important to leverage and create a 360-degree setting protocol that makes sure that your customer interacts with you at every single channel. If they're using SMS, boom, you have a workflow that helps customers set appointments on SMS. If the customers are more frequent on your group setting and everything, boom, you have a workflow that you set customers on group settings. If your customer uses email and everything, boom, you have another workflow that provides and educates them inside their email. And the reason you need to do this, it's because if you do not implement this entire infrastructure and you simply wait, the customer is going to come to me, the customer, and you're trying to build an online business, then you're going to be essentially decimated by your competition who implements this exact same protocol. If you do not implement this type of protocol where you leverage the idea of education, communities, decentralized appointment setting, and all of that stuff, then no wonder you're not going to get clients, because clients are not going to simply, oh, this is the doctor, oh, this is the guy who treated me, who treated, diabetes, and boom, I'm going to book an appointment. Customers, every single day, they have families, they have responsibilities, they have many different tasks and many different hobbies or whatever, and they have a life to live. They're not going to sit there and going to be reminded, oh, I'm going to book an appointment with such and such doctor, if they're not in constant contact with them. So that's why it's important to leverage a decentralized appointment setting. I know it's a bit complicated. Now here it's the entire protocol, essentially how it is. Obviously it's not the step-by-step protocol that we created, but if you want to try this, go and implement exactly what I taught you here. Very simply, leverage ads, leverage communities, leverage all those different things. But if you want to skip the entire process and have it implemented professionally, where you have a trained setter that actually contacts people, you know exactly how to structure your community in order for customers to actually engage with your content, you know exactly how to set appointments in your community, because there's both a science and an art. Whenever you're doing appointment setting, and that's why a lot of our customers actually come and work with us, it's not as easy as it may sound. Yeah, they come and join and everything, boom. You need to have the right type of scripts. We have hundreds of scripts and workflows and protocols and protocols and SOPs and funnels and workflows to make sure that everything is done correctly, that customers get the right type of messaging at the right time, that the setters know exactly how to tell and how to deal with objections. It's an entire science and art. So obviously it's a bit complicated if you're going to do it on your own, but if you understand the basic philosophy and give it a shot, you can start by implementing this exact type of funnel that I can guarantee you in 2024 it's going to actually work. So without further ado, if you actually like this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. And if you want to get access to this exact SOP that we created, plus many different resources, as I mentioned inside our community here, we have many different SOPs, how to create your offer, how to validate your offer in the marketplace, examples, how to price your services and everything. Go and firstly join our Facebook group. I'm going to leave a link inside in the comment section below. Join our Facebook group, because that's where we have our community and our chat group and everything. And then on school we have our video courses hosting on that. Without further ado, thank you very much for watching, and see you in our next video. Bye bye.